Alright, so today we got two Icon 1/4" wrenches. One had the Tekton 3/8 service change upgrade done to it. So the one is now my 3/8 little stubby drive, and I still have the 1/4". I bought both of these for the inside track. They were $29.99. I also have the Tekton one, which is $40. And if you watch the other video where I compared the two of these, this is just smooth as butter. This is still kind of rough for the Icon one. Now, I'm kind of OCD. I want things to match. This lives in the house. My workbench in there. So what I want to see is, does the 1/4" service part fit in the Icon wrench? I know you're saying, well, why would you do that? So let's just say, for instance, and I'm only doing this just because why not, but let's just say you break this one, right? You can take this into Harbor Freight and get you a new Icon. It was 30 bucks. Well, for $10, which is going to put you at this price point in the Tekton, if you could buy the service kit to put in your broken Icon, and now you're turning this into the $40 ratchet that it was originally when I bought it, I think I'd rather do that. Now, don't get me wrong, I love the way this one feels. It's got a good purchase on it. I like the the two flat, the top and bottom on it. I mean, this is, and it's got the flex head with the detent in it. So I mean, this is a nice ratchet. I like this ratchet. But weight wise, this one, I mean, I don't have a scale. They might weigh the same, but I feel like the Icon is weighted better. And also, if you look at the head on it, the Icon head is thinner and a little bit longer than the Tekton. I mean, it's not by much. I mean, it's not like 1/4 inch noticeable. I don't know if the camera's picking that up or not, but this is the Icon on the top. I'm kind of using my finger to match them up, but you can kind of see the difference. The Icon definitely has a slightly thinner profile, and the Icon is also a little bit longer. So if you need to get in someplace just a little bit more, let's try and match these up here. You see how much longer the Icon is compared to the Tekton. But this one is still, even not being opened and greased, is just, where that extra money is going when you buy one of these. Now, that's not to say the Icon's not good. I love my Icons. I just recently got into these, and after I took this one apart and greased it up, this is definitely smooth. But I'm going to take these two apart and see if the innards are interchangeable, and if I can smooth this one out, because this is really the one I use the most. This one lives in the house on my desk with a little 1/4" set I put together in there just in case. So yeah, let me get set up here and I will get right back with you. Okay, here we go. Let's get this one taken apart. This is the Icon. And I'm a little upset. I made a video, I don't know if I posted it or not yet, but I got another one of these little mini ratchet sets yesterday for the sale, which is what this one is that I'm using now. And the two that I got yesterday, I got one for the truck, one to keep out in my work area here, my little workshop, and then I got one for inside. Well, I picked two up off the shelf at the same store. They had like 20 of them on the shelf. And I got one old style and I got one new style. And the other one that I have is an old style. And let me just tell you what, the new style, which is this one, the ratcheting is just, it's not as smooth, it's not as nice as the old style. And of course you can't tell what one it is until you open it. Like, I really kind of want to go back and see about maybe getting the old style one, but we'll just suffer. Alright, let me get the paw out of this one. Now I haven't opened this up, so I'm assuming that it's going to look identical in here. But we shall see. Yeah, like the other one, it's just you get a better purchase on this part that you... It's like, it makes you just kind of wonder, like, the people say that they make something really good, it's at a great price point, then it disappears and it comes back out and it's $10 more and it's just not the same. So it's almost like they try to rope you in for, you know, get all the good reviews on it, and they get rid of all the salesman samples and then start selling the other ones. So, alright. So, that's the Tekton one. Now what I want to do too, now it didn't fit when I tried putting the service kit in this one for the 3/8. I wanted to switch the selector, but I'm wondering if the hole in the back of their 1/4 inch matches the hole in this one, because I'm guessing the 3/8 ratchet for Tekton is probably bigger than the 1/4 inch that I put it in. So I'm going to take this apart too and see if I can swap these around, just because this is a lower profile. It's not going to catch on things. Like, I really like this better. So if I can get it on this one, so now when these two are living in the drawer next to each other, I mean, obviously 3/8 1/4 inch, but just looking at it, I'll know what one I'm grabbing. So let me grab my tweezers right quick. Alright. So again, we got Harbor Freight over there. Man, I was grabbing that thing. That doesn't need to get switched out. And we got this trusty bad boy over there. Oh. Didn't pull the spring out with it. There we go. Alright. I don't think it's going to fit because it looks pretty identical to this one. Yeah, I don't think it's going to fit. Nope. It no fit. So let's get this put back in here. Whoa! After we get that ball stuck down up in there, come on. Hey now. Tweezers to push. What? You know, you ever know, like, you could do things a million times and never have a problem, but as soon as somebody's watching, not that a million people watch my videos, but still. Alright. So, we are going to... This is the one I want it to be smoother. Now, if you watch the 3/8 video, I put everything but the selector into the icon because it's a little bit wider. It's not quite as narrow, or it's wider. It's not, and it's a little bit shorter, but, and it's like I can't tell if the camera's picking this up. My fat fingers are in the way. It's just a much better finish. It's a smoother, more refined finish. The icon one is like a crude cut piece, and I think that that's part of what makes it kind of gritty when you're switching between forward and reverse. So seeing as this is the one that like gets the most amount of use, this is going to be the one that I want to be the best of the two. Like I said, this one gets used real quick for a second inside, and if I have to use if I have like a big job to do, I'll come out and get tools to do it. I don't, you know, like I said, the ratchet set that I put together inside is just a quick little kind of a Frankenstein set. I mean, it's got a whole bunch of different pieces. There's some Craftsman in there. There's some SK. There's a little bit of, what else is in there? Some Husky. I mean, it's a full 1/4 inch set. You know, I put the whole set together, but it's not like all one piece, if they're one brand, if that makes sense. So I'm kind of like doing the same thing. Let's see, is this gonna fit? Okay. Oh, it fits. All right. Just kind of put another little dab. Whoa, not that much. This one needs some, so we'll stick that down in there. But just put a little dab around there. All right, let's get that ring on there. Let's get that sucker on there. All right. This is exciting. Hopefully, I mean, I didn't really look for a video, but I don't think I've seen a video of anybody doing this. So, yeah, if you don't want to put the money into it and you want to go right to Harbor Freight and change out your broken icon wrench, assuming that the reason it broke was the innards, you can absolutely buy the Tekton 1/4 inch non-quick releasing service kit for $9.99. They usually run specials with the shipping. You can absolutely, oh wow, yes, this is like, I can't even explain how freaking phenomenal this is. Now, this just made this icon wrench amazing. Like, just as amazing and as smooth as the 3/8 now. So now both of these icon wrenches have the Tekton innards in them. 3/8, 1/4 inch. So the only thing, I really wish I could have switched out the selector switch. But I mean, even that is nice and smooth now. Like, oh, it just sucks that I'm crappying up this Tekton one. But like I said, this one lives inside. This one does not get the service life of the other one. And I think if it's a tool that you use a lot, that should be the tool that deserves to have the better quality, the better quality tool for you to use. I mean, if it's something you use once in a while and you can get by with a lesser tool, then hey, by all means, you do you. That's why I'm me and you're you. And yeah, so I am doing me. This is what I decided to do. I had the wrench. It didn't cost me any extra money. And take that back on there like that. Oh, well, that sucks. I mean, like I said, I prefer this handle over the flatter one. This is more like the flat style, like the Craftsman, which, I mean, I don't mind that wrench. It's a comfortable wrench, don't get me wrong. I just prefer the round style comfort grip over the flatter style. Especially, like, I mean, yeah, like if I'm doing heavier, like a heavier work load with something, then yeah, I don't mind a flatter, bigger, better purchase on the grip. But that's not what you're doing with these. These are for a little intricate. This is for doing interior work. This is for getting down by your dashboard to get, you know, a screw out of there for changing out, you know, if you're replacing speakers or, you know, whatever the case is, you know, this is the tool for that job. So to me, you do whatever's comfortable for you. Tighten that up a little too much. Let's back that off a little bit. Uh-oh. Oh. I might not be able to switch the innards to the grip out. That might have to stay the same. Because this one is a longer. Yeah. All right, let me get that switched around and I'll get back. All right, we're back. So I got the spring detent switched over. So the Tekton one is back in the Tekton, the Harbor Freight one's back in the Harbor Freight one. So what did we learn today? Well, we learned a couple things. We learned that just like the 3/8 service kit, which I put in this one, everything except for the selector switch will work on the icon ratchet. Same goes for the 1/4 inch. If you buy the 1/4 inch service kit, everything except for the selector switch will fit on the icon as a 1/4 inch. Now what won't work is you can't put the icon spring for the pawl in the Tekton one. So the Tekton one, like I showed you, is shorter and wider than the one in the icon. So the icon is a little bit longer and a little bit narrower, so it fits into this Tekton one. But the problem is that how deep it gets pushed down when you're switching between forward and reverse, there's not enough room in there, so it binds up. So it will switch, but it, you know, you gotta mess with it 3 or 4 times trying to switch it before it does. I switched them back and now both of them work just fine. And honestly, like, that's a little bit rougher in this one. I could have taken a little bit of fine sandpaper and kind of fixed the finish on it, but I just didn't care to do that because honestly, like, this being rough is not the deal breaker, and at least this one I didn't totally ruin it. So we've at least got a smooth forward and reversed on it. And honestly, after I greased up the icon one, it's really not bad. So the icon anvil and pawl is what's in this one, and it actually is pretty smooth. It's still not as smooth as this one, but it definitely smoothed out being in this ratchet. And then this is the Tekton in the icon, and I mean, you could just, I don't know if you can hear the difference, but you can definitely feel the difference. So that's it. So now I got a icon Tekton innard 1/4 inch ratchet. I got a Tekton innard icon 3/8 stubby. This is now my stubby ratchet, and I'm happy with them. And now I've still got my Tekton for inside, which I'm not a big fan of this kind of head personally. I mean, yeah, if these are flopping around, that sucks, but again, that's a warranty issue. You bring it in, get a new ratchet, just take this out and put your original one back in there, so you have this to put in the new one. But you know, like, these loosen up, these go, so they start out tight. I definitely don't like the locking ones, which is why I'm not a fan of the G2. If the G2 just had the detent and the locking positions like this without the actual lock on it, I probably would have gone with the G2s. But honestly, like, they worked out all the bugs in these, and it's kind of like a car manufacturer. They have a car for 10 years, they finally, the last year they make it, they work all the bugs out, there's no issues, and they just continue it, and they're like, oh, let's start over, that was fun. So, yeah. The icon is a little bit narrower head. It's a little bit longer head. The ratchet overall is longer. The handle is the round comfort grip. The Tekton is more of a flat, kind of like the Craftsman. They're both comfortable in your hand. Like this one's really comfortable for like choking right up on and getting it into the palm of your hand. But this one is more comfortable for me because I can grab it further down the handle, so it's got a longer reach on it. And I put my thumb there on the end of the comfort grip handle, and I mean, to me, this is more comfortable getting into like a tighter spot. But this one, if you're doing something where you want to be right up there on the ratchet watching what you're doing, then the Tekton is definitely the way to go. And it's it's gonna hold better. But all in all, I'm happy that I did this, and that's it. The two Tekton innards are going to be living in my icons in my toolbox, and that's going back in the house in my mini US General toolbox that I just put together. So thanks for watching.